Hey guys, good to be with you today. Today we're talking about true greatness, all right? In our Bible reading, we read about two brothers who thought they knew what greatness was, but Jesus had to show them how they were actually wrong, and he had to teach them and the rest of his disciples about what real greatness is. See, they were all walking along, and these two brothers, they thought they were the most important and the best of all Jesus' disciples. And so they went up to Jesus. Actually, they got their mom to go up to Jesus, but whatever. They went up to Jesus and they said, Jesus, when you get into your kingdom and you sit on your throne and you're ruling the whole world, we should be the ones who are sitting at your left hand and your right hand. And that kind of means that we'll be the most important people. We're going to be the most famous, the most powerful, the most influential, wealthiest, most popular people in your kingdom. And we think we should sit there. Now, when they said that, the rest of Jesus' disciples were standing around, and they heard that, and they go, "What? No, I don't think so. You think you're the greatest? I'm the greatest. I'm better than you. You're not going to sit at Jesus' right hand. I'm going to sit at Jesus' right hand because I'm way better than you. Nobody's more important than me. I'm much more important than you." And they all started arguing. All 12 of them all started fighting about who's the greatest, who's the most important, who's going to sit next to Jesus, etc., etc., etc. And as they're arguing, Jesus has to stop them and say, "Guys, that's not what greatness is all about." He says, in the rest of the world, yeah, that's how they think about greatness. Who's the most popular, who's the best looking, who's the most talented, who's the star, right? Who's the wealthiest? Say, yeah, that's how they all think. That's what the rest of the world thinks greatness is. But in my kingdom and in my eyes, the greatest person is somebody who serves others and who helps other people. The greatest person is not the most talented person, but the person who uses whatever talents they have to help other people. And this really kind of was hard for the disciples to understand because they weren't used to thinking about greatness in this way. And I think that's kind of the same with us, that we're not used to thinking about greatness in this way. We're used to thinking about greatness as, who's getting the best grades, who makes, the basketball team, who's the star on the basketball team. The greatest is who is the richest, or, who's the smartest, or, who's the most popular, who's the best looking, who's in a relationship, or, whatever, right? And we're used to thinking about greatness in this way, but Jesus says, no. Actually, the greatest person is somebody who helps and serves other people. Because, we're all different, and we all have different gifts, we all have different talents, we all are blessed with different opportunities and different things, and those things don't make us great. How we use them to honor God and to serve other people, that's what makes us great. When I was thinking about this, I was thinking about my toolbox, all right? And inside my toolbox, I have all kinds of tools, of course, right? So, for example, I got a hammer, a very useful tool, putting a nail in the wall or pulling a board out of something or, whatever, great tool, right? I also got a screwdriver, very good. Kind of name tells you what it does. Drives screws into things, okay, gotcha. Got a wrench, adjustable. This can do things that basically nothing else can do. There's some jobs you cannot do without a tool like this. We also have, what else do we have here? Tape measure, right. So this can give you precise measurements on things so that when you do things, you make sure everything fits or that it's level, right, and that's properly distanced, right. As well, we have this little brush, right, maybe for painting, maybe for lacquer, who knows what you're going to do with it, but very, very useful tool. I'm not sure what else could move paint like this, right? Now, the reason I bring up all these tools is to make this point, okay? So we have all these different tools here, right? All of them are different. And all of them are made to do different things, right? Now, how silly would it be if they all started arguing about which of them was the greatest? All right, what if the hammer said, "I'm way more important than the rest of you, because I can hang pictures, I can put the frame up on a house, I can do things that you guys can't do. I'm way more important than you. And then, maybe the paintbrush says, yeah, but you can't spread paint like I can. You're going to ruin the wall. You're going to put holes in the wall if you try to put paint on it. Only I can put paint on the wall. I'm the best. I'm the greatest. And maybe the tape measure says, no, you're both wrong, because only I can give accurate measurements. Who knows how long this hammer is? Nobody knows. So you can't measure anything with it, but I'll tell you exactly how far something is. And then, of course, the screwdriver says, no, I'm the only one who can put screws in the wall or take screws out. You can't do that. And then the hammer says, no, because you can't put a nail in the wall. And they all start arguing who's the greatest of them. And that would be totally silly, right? Because the whole point is they're all made to do different things. And the reason they're important is not because they're better than one another, but they're important because they're used to do different works and different things, right? And the only way they actually would be great is if they were doing those things that they were made to do. Could you imagine a hammer sitting on a throne? How useless would that be, right? No, a hammer is greater when it's putting a nail in a wall than it is when it's sitting on a throne, right? Now, here's the point, guys. Every single one of us is different, right? And it would be so silly, so stupid, frankly, if I can use that word, pardon me, to argue, I'm better than you, because of this and that, and who's greatest. In God's kingdom, the greatest person is the one who serves others and who helps others and who does the works that God has made them to do. See, every single one of us has different talents, different gifts. All of our minds work in different ways. We have different, some of us are really smart. Some of us are good at science. Some of us are good at history. Some of us are good at sports. Some of us, are really creative and write great stories. Some of us think up games that we create, right? We all have these different gifts, right? And the way to be great is not by arguing how much better you are than somebody else, but using those talents you have to serve other people, to help other people. Jesus says that's really when you're great. The more you use it to help somebody else. And so, guys, I hope that, instead of arguing about who's greatest, instead of looking at how you're better than somebody else, you look rather at the gifts and talents God has given you and how you can use them to serve and help other people. And one last thing I want to say is that, if you're not sure what gifts you have, that's a great thing to pray about, to ask God, what talents have you given to me? And if you don't know how to use those gifts, one really cool thing that God says in the Bible, it says that for everyone who believes in Jesus, God prepares good works for them to do. And so if you don't know how to use your gifts, the first step is, to believe in Jesus and say, Father in heaven, I want to serve, I want to help others, so please show me what works you do. And God actually promises He will use you to do works that He wants you to do. And so no matter who you are, what your gifts are, God can use you and He will use you when you believe in Jesus. So guys, so great to be with you. God's blessings, and hope the rest of your week is really good.